Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Check It Out podcast. I know it's been a little bit of a long while since I uploaded or did anything. That's because I haven't gotten into a routine. I haven't gotten into a schedule with this. We're just rolling with it as it comes. Trying to get a few more interviews out. Oh, here we go. Speaking of which, Mr. Jackson Golash. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Yo.
Hey, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What's going on for you today?
I'm gonna edit Scoop Science.
Oh, you
that
got
comes out
another
tomorrow.
episode.
Yeah, I made this thing. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know how well. Can you see the?
Yes. Oh,
See
it's
all
like
that?
these globes that they have. You spin around in it. What is it? It's
rheoscopic fluid. So rheoscopic means to show current, so you can just see everything that's moving in the bottle, which is really, it just looks really cool. Yeah.
What
So that's
and
tomorrow.
what liquids do you use?
It's water and this.
Marblers.
This is mica powder. The brand for this one is just Marblers, but
Mica powder.
yeah, like you can find it in cosmetics and makeup stuff. But I bought that off Amazon, and you just mix a little bit in with water, and then you get this. That's it. Very, very simple.
Damn.
It's awesome. It's cool stuff.
That's cool. Now, did your girlfriend Annika feature in this Scoop Science video as well?
No, it was just me. I was just in my kitchen by myself this time. So,
how about you? For people that don't know you and don't know what you do, how about you fill them in on Scoop Science and all you're doing on that channel?
On just Scoop Science stuff?
Yeah, just Scoop Science. We're men, so let's categorize things in boxes. Right?
Okay.
Scoop
All
Science.
right. Yeah. Okay, Scoop Science. So that started in December 15, 2015. Right after I had a gaming channel which flopped. Because as every young kid did, they had a gaming channel and they tried that, but I had 67 subscribers, I think. I was not enjoying it because I've never been a gamer, never played games. I just don't. I was not enjoying it. Then I was like, what do I really like doing? And I've always been interested in science and that kind of thing. So I jumped on a random name generator and started just combing through all these things, and experiment scoop came up. I liked the scoop part, so I put that at the front and chucked science at the end. And I was like, okay, now scoop has to stand for something. So I spent like it probably only took me like 10 minutes to come up with the super compelling outdoor ordinary procrastination. And that's when it was born. Then the next day I made my first video and uploaded that. And I was very consistent in my uploading, like once every week for a long time. And then up until recently, I didn't upload for 11 months, somewhere around there.
Yep.
I think mainly because, I was doing uni a lot. It was coming up kind of like when I stopped uploading. That was when I started my final project for uni, so I was busy doing that. I had a lot of work, like my day job and whatnot. But I've recently cut down my day job shifts. So now I have some spare days during the week. Today is one of those spare days, which is good. So I have time to make more videos and edit with Scoop Science, which is what I want to get back into.
Nice. Yeah, it's always that. I mean, I find like since I started this channel, I've only uploaded like in the holidays, basically.
Yeah.
Like with the vlogging thing that I was doing, I did that for about like 2 months straight. And then when things got hectic in the middle of the school term, I just like kind of stopped. And now that I'm on school holidays, because we got the 3-week school holiday at the school I work at, I'm like, okay, let's line up some people for the podcast and actually do something for once.
Nice. Yeah.
You started.
That's good.
You started as a gaming, but you started as a gaming channel as a teenager, but you didn't play video games.
No, like I played video games, but growing up, I was never a gamer.
Right.
Like I played outside, looked at rocks and played with dirt and that kind of thing. I didn't play video games, and so but I started a gaming channel. That's just because that's what everyone did. So
So
I just didn't like it.
the rocks and the dirt though. Did that lead into scoop science or?
Well, it's like I've always had a fascination with rocks, which is a category of science, geology,
Yes.
and like other kind of things like that. Like there are always like these little toys that I would get. It's kind of like about that big and like a little test tube, and it had like sometimes electronics and other times some like forensic science kind of things and whatnot. And so, yeah, well, when I said playing outside with rocks and dirt, that's just like the like where it kind of started with the interest in that, and then it just grew into more science stuff.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
And I've seen some of your older stuff.
Yeah.
Back when you were a teenager, and you're at the family home in that big shed, just working away at weird things. And your biggest video was from that time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Your most popular video.
I'd actually had moved out of the house I'd grown up in for like pretty much my whole life by that stage, because my family was getting ready to move. So we were in like a temporary house that still had a massive shed, so I could still go out there and do some cool stuff. But
so that wasn't the family house. That
wasn't. Yeah, that was a temporary house. But,
right.
Yeah. But it was my older sister's birthday. We were out having dinner, and I was sitting next to her. She turned to me and goes, "Hey, did you know that if you poured Coke on pork, maggots will crawl out of it every time?" And I was like, "Get out, Chad! There's no way." I was like, "This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard." But I was like, "I do need a video this weekend." It was like Thursday night, so after work Friday, I went to Woolies, grabbed some pork and Coke, then went home that night and poured Coke on pork, not expecting much out of it. And like the first few months, it maybe just got like a couple thousand views, which was big. It was still big. I was like, damn, this is really doing something. And then another few months later, it had its first 1 million views or something like that. And I'm not sure where it's at now. It's 4.5 something, but 4.5 million. But
well, actually, I think wait, I got it.
You got it up.
Yeah, I literally just then, as you were talking, I did a search for pork and Coke, and you're the first one.
Top one. Here. There it is. 4.6
million. No, let's see. Now the comment section of YouTube is always where it's at.
Yeah.
Okay, let's skip these. I've got ad blocker on. Oh, here you are in your shed. Oh, look at that fringe.
Yeah, it was before I did anything with my hair. Now I just chuck hats on.
Everyone is asking for a high. Wait, who's I Love Scoop Science?
I don't know. I got no idea. I have a feeling it might be someone that I know, but like no one's owned up to it, so I have no idea.
Whoa, nice channel name. It's an honor.
Sure is.
Yeah. So yeah, you got tons of. Man, this comment alone has 1.1 thousand likes.
Yeah, I keep getting notifications from that comment, people replying. Like every single comment here and reply here, I have read, by the way.
Yeah.
Every single one. Yeah.
Damn. Fake. That meat is a paid actor.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, I remember that one.
Sweet, man. See, I'll feel like I've made it when my videos get as many views as this comment gets likes.
Right. Yeah. It's but like you look at my latest videos, that kind of thing is like they're 120 views.
Right.
So I got most of my subscribers that I've got was from that video. But those subscribers don't come back. That's the only problem with it. So I have a couple of subscribers who do come back, you know. That's where my little views come from. But it, you know, having the 15,000 subs, it's like most of them are just they clicked it and then they give me no second thought.
Yeah, and I can imagine from the virality of the pork and maggots video.
Yeah.
It was like very clickbaity. Obviously, it wasn't going to work, and probably a lot of people clicked it out of just pure curiosity. But then, no incentive for them to come back to the other videos on the channel. Yeah,
I didn't make the title clickbaity on purpose. Like I was just starting from that. I was starting like a series like called Myth or Real, which is what like in the title.
Right.
And so I was like Coke plus pork equals maggots, like with a question mark.
Yeah.
Saying like, does it myth or real? Let's find out kind of thing. But then people go, oh, this is the most clickbaity thing ever, you know, like, and then giving me a lot of hate for it. But I'm not going to change the title or anything just in case it like affects it. So then all of a sudden my views drop on it.
No. It's not clickbaity, really, like from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to say, speaking of clickbaitiness and stuff of that nature, you know me, I like to pour hours into YouTube browsing. There was a time in my life where I was considering canceling my Netflix subscription because all I watched was YouTube.
Right.
And I came across this video. It's a bit of an older video, and you might have seen it, and some people watching might have seen this already. But for me, it was new. Chris Angel. Do you know Chris Angel?
I'm not sure.
No, maybe. He's this TV personality, and this magician, apparently, an illusionist. Yep. And I thought you might appreciate this being a filmmaker yourself. But most of his magic tricks and illusions are just camera tricks, and it's all in the edit room. You know, we'll fix it in post. And this video is hilarious. It's the Grand Canyon death jump, and basically he's got like a really long, like X Games ramp going into the Grand Canyon, and he's in this buggy type thing. And what he's going to do is he's going to drive the buggy up the ramp and attempt to get himself somehow inside a locked iron cage that's been suspended from a helicopter.
Okay.
And that's the setup. But the I just want to get your reaction and your commentary on this. But the way it plays out. Wait, can you see the video?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So he's got this whole setup, and the video's pretty long. We're not going to go through all of it. It's like 5 minutes. But, you know, it's reality TV, so he does the whole setup. He's got the camera crew around. He's got like the little interviews talking about how crazy. Like this shot.
My career, the Grand Canyon death jump.
This is incredible. Chris is going to try and jump off the edge of a canyon with this empty canyon below him and a helicopter hovering above with a cage dangling.
How old is this? It looks like it's 10 years older.
Yeah, I think it's like
10 years older.
Yeah. It's got that 4:3 ratio.
Yeah.
So we'll flick forward a little bit because he does a lot of hamming up. He shows you the buggy. Does some skids around. He shows you the cage to prove that it's real. You know, it's metal. It's solid. He tries to push it over. It's too heavy for him. Blah 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 blah. They've got like 20 different camera shots here, 20 different camera angles. And he talks about how he's going to do later on. He talks about how he's going to do one continuous shot to prove that there's no editing, and then right after that, There's about like 5 different camera.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Continuous shot. We'll go from here.
However, to accomplish this, we're going to show you a continuous shot of the helicopter hovering over the ramp of the empty cage. That shot will never cut and will not go off screen until I'm safely in the cage or at the bottom of the canyon. I want you to see that.
Or at the bottom of the canyon, I like that.
Watch for the cuts where he can fake it.
Oh, in the little screen?
No, even just now.
Okay.
Because that could be someone different.
Right, yeah.
And that's not even the biggest problem with this video.
I want you to go, Michael, get a continuous shot.
Alright, here we go. The tension.
Ready when you are.
Let's do this.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Okay, I did not expect that. Yeah.
So, he just wait, you gotta go back.
he got into that cage way too quickly.
Yeah. And the crappy effects of the fire.
Yeah.
Like
Oh wow. That's
the continuous shot.
silly.
It's funny because the continuous shot that they set up is broken immediately when they do that fire effect.
Yeah. That's on purpose because
Of course.
yeah, of course.
But it's so transparent, which is what I love. I love that he sets it up to be this like super real thing.
Yeah.
And then it's so obvious. And then he's dangling. Oh, yeah. And then he's dangling, and then his whole crew come up to congratulate him. They're all hugging him and celebrating.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was pretty wild. I was actually thinking we could do like when we finally go back to doing YTV next term, we could do a potential like fake magician skit where all the tricks are just in the edit.
A stunt like that, or like, you know, like a magician like pulling something from his sleeve or something like that. Or
Oh, I didn't think about it that far. We could do a stunt, or we could do just like normal magic tricks.
I'm picturing Tad. He's got he rolls up his sleeves like to prove something's not there, and then the next cut his sleeves are down, and he's like,
and there's something
like a big bulge in his sleeve or something. Yeah,
yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
for those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, Jackson and I, since the back end of 2018, we've been doing these things called YTV videos for our youth group, Burn Youth. Youth television is what it stands for, just like MTV, music television. And it's basically just like the youth news segments of our Friday night program. But we also include little skits or little improvised things, or sometimes short film type things as well, which has been really fun.
Yeah.
Jackson's done a great job heading that up and editing that pretty much every week, except for the last couple of months.
Yeah.
But we'll be keen to get back to that because we got youth kids involved. And actually, Tadiwa, who Jackson mentioned just now, I've lined it up that he'll be on the next episode of this podcast.
Oh, so for real?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I was trying to get it that you guys could be free on the same day, but I forgot that he still has school today. But I was going to do it that he pops in and surprises you. But yeah, that's all good. But yeah, he'll be on the next one.
We could have done it tomorrow if he was free. I don't know if he was free tomorrow.
Yeah, the thing is, everyone says Saturdays for the boys, but for me, Saturdays for my girl.
That's true. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we should do that at a later time. You, me, and Tad.
That'd be sick.
Book on the podcast.
Yeah.
Now you're not just about scoop science. That's not your only TV and film endeavor. You want to tell me about some of the other stuff you do, the other things you're interested in?
Like job wise and
yeah, wherever you want to take it, whatever you want to talk about.
All right. Well, so pretty much the reason why Scoop Science isn't a full-time job, well, for one, I don't have enough money, but I do something else. So as Hamish mentioned, the YTV for our youth group, there's also media things required for the main church on the Sunday. So I also work for my church just 2 days a week. So I started working there. I had 2 days, and then coronavirus restrictions came in and church closed down. And so my job went from just needing to make like one short news video a week to making the whole service. So that included every Wednesday night we would film a whole worship set, like 4 songs, and then during that day I'd also film like preaching and whatnot, and do church news and do an intro video and all that, and I had to combine it all and upload it every Sunday by every week. So that was huge. And it's the dream, I think, the dream job. Apart from like YouTube, that kind of thing, that still is very like I don't want to stop doing that, but like filming and editing, and it's a creative ministries, you know, it's like because I often can't sit in a service. I haven't been able to sit in a service very often, except last Sunday. And so it's like my form of worship almost, making these things. And so, yeah, it's awesome.
That's awesome, man. And, you know, I think a lot of people for a lot of their life struggle to find their way to serve the church and to serve God and glorify Him with something that they have. And a lot of people, they compartmentalize and they go, oh, this is my area of my life that I have for myself and my family. And then this is the time that I give to God. But it's an amazing blessing when you can find a way to mesh those things. And, you know, obviously the dream is to work for yourself one day and be able to create your own content, be your own boss and have your own timeline. But isn't it amazing that you don't have to work full time at JB Hi-Fi anymore, and you get paid to make like an hour-long video every week and do graphics and 3D animations and all this cool stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I absolutely love the job. Like the days that I had to work at JB, it's like I'm dragging my feet when I'm walking in there. You know, it's like I just don't really like it that much. But days I work at the church, you know, it doesn't feel like work, which is great. You know, a full 9 to 5 day just goes by so quickly, but I'm having a blast the whole time. And it really is a blessing to be able to do that.
Yeah. And you know, you're still in early days. I remember when Meg first started as the youth pastor of church, she felt the same. She was like, oh, every day, like I come home so happy. I feel so like I work hard, but I sleep well. And I said the same when I got my job as chaplain. I was like, oh, I work so hard, but I sleep well because I'm doing what I love and it's like really fun. The issue is when you do it for a while and then it becomes a job. And the one thing that used to give you joy, now you're dreading. You know, it's crazy how the human condition is to the grass is always greener on the other side, and to want, you know, when I'm in the middle of work and I'm helping kids and I'm teaching religious education, I'm looking forward to the holidays. And then when I'm in the middle of holidays and I'm feeling unproductive, just like a lazy bum on the couch, I'm so excited to get back to work. But it'll be interesting to see how you grow and develop over time, and if you can keep that. I mean, I'm not speaking a curse over you, but I hope that you keep that passion. Because it's that classic quote, you know, if you love what you do, then you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you came into the job at Capital Edge Church at such a opportunistic time, as you said, coronavirus outbreak.
Yeah. Yes. Like I was the first two, like I said, two shifts before it kind of hit. For those shifts, I was just kind of preparing for the one video that I had to make every week, you know, that short couple minute thing, the church news. I was just kind of preparing for that. I was like, hey, it's coming out on this date, so here's what I need to do on this day and this day, you know. And 2 days of that, and then it was like, okay, never mind, screw that. This is how it's going to go from now on. And yeah, so that was big. It was kind of stressful, you know, but then I got into the rhythm and it got a bit better. I kind of knew what I was doing now, and yeah. Well,
you're doing an amazing job of it now, and obviously it was a learning journey because as you said, you were prepared. And I remember talking to you in the weeks before you started your job, you know, and you were talking about gathering footage on a Wednesday night when we meet for creative ministries, getting prepared, getting some assets prepared for the little 2-minute church news video every Sunday. And you went from that in the span of like a week to having to pump out hour-long full service recordings
every week.
Big learning curve. And the first week was amazing, but it was our worst week. And I think you and Joel and the sound guys and the whole team, we just got better every single week. What was the challenge like for you? What was the learning curve like for you on your end of like video production and editing the church services?
The challenge, so So Joel and I, we looked at the service, the first one that we did yesterday in comparison to the first one that we did live recording on the Sunday, just kind of having a look. The main thing was, I think, lighting was huge. I didn't realize how much I didn't know in lighting at the start to what I know now. So, because we made that first one, then after that we're like, yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, this really came out well. But we look back at it, the lighting is just garbage. Like the lights on the stage are just pointing out in weird directions. There's nothing that it's like. So yeah, that was big. And same with like the angles, the camera angles and things. We started off with, we had like four, I think I forget, 3 or 4 camera shots. For that first one, we ended up having 7 camera angles.
Wow.
And like learning how to line up all 7 camera shots with the audio, and then from the first time that I did that, like with all heaps of camera angles, to the last time I did it, the main difference was like where to cut. I don't know if I'm making sense. I feel like I'm just blaring, but where to cut is quite big. I think, because like, again, back to the first one, we would cut like every 30, 40 seconds.
Right.
You know, and so you just hang on this one shot for so long. And if the song is like pumping, you know, there's heaps of energy and whatnot, you just stagnate on this one still shot, you know. There's like nothing in it. And so later on down the line, if it was a slower song, I'd slow down the cuts, you know. So it'd be like cut cut, but then when it was fast, it was like bang, bang, bang. You just cut to all the shots. I learned all about that. Those kind of things,
And I guess initially, like with only 3 or 4 camera angles, maybe you didn't want to waste the shots by reusing them too much, so you hung on them for like a quarter of a song.
yeah.
But I noticed
adding more shots.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah,
and your lighting, as you said, your lighting got way more intentional. I think, initially, like the first couple of weeks, we just kind of had the initial setup that we would have on a normal Friday night or on a normal Sunday morning, which is kind of colored lights flashing everywhere, but there was no intentionality of what do we actually light up, what's the camera actually focusing on. But you guys adapted and grew with that over the coming weeks, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I like the intentional lighting, because it looks fine when you're in the room, but when you're looking through a camera, just doesn't work. Yeah. Didn't suit it. Yeah.
When I think of lighting, I'm always reminded of that YTV episode that we did. What was it? Bless You?
Yeah.
I think that, we were talking about that the other night at youth group when we were playing that before the service. But I loved working on that episode, that little skit. We did a horror film for you. Well, it was a comedy horror film. It was like a parody. And basically the premise was whenever Titty was sneezed, there was a ghostly voice that would respond with "Bless you." And we did this corridor scene, and maybe I'll play a clip of it right now in the post, fix it in post. But there was that corridor scene, that awesome corridor scene we did, with the, we had the locked off camera and we flashed the lights. Remind me, how do we do that again?
So the camera was on the tripod. I was just standing behind it, and I was like, I was pretty much just like, okay, now Hamish, turn on the hallway light, go. Turn on for a second. I go, okay, turn it off now. Okay, Clayton, turn on this one. It's okay, now turn on both at the same time. Now I want this combination now. I just had them on, and then I just took the sections of those lights on and off, and just played them at different points. Because the camera was locked off, you could just mix and match wherever you wanted to, and it made it look like every single light was flickering. Yeah. And then I, on top of that, I added just a subtle zoom in the edit. So it wasn't just this dead shot of all lights flickering. It was slowly zooming in with all the lights flickering. Yeah, I was very, very proud of that shot.
Actually, you know what? When I've been editing like the little highlight videos of youth and stuff, I do notice that, even just a little bit of motion, even just a subtle zoom is like so important. Which is why I like when we shoot the YTV stuff and the youth online stuff, as opposed to the church like midweek stuff. That's usually more locked off, more serious kind of shots. But I love when we shoot youth stuff, because we deliberately do handheld. We deliberately do crazy zooms and flicks up, like flicking transitions and fun stuff like that. But even in the horror film, Bless You, just that little zoom as we were doing the light flickering. And I even remember when we were doing that close up. You remember when we were doing that close up of Tadewa's face, and he's got the scissors going down the corridor, and we were flicking water on his forehead to make it look like he was sweating profusely. Yeah. And we had was I holding the light? And I was like, flashing.
Yeah, you just kind of like wave your hand. It was this light here. I don't know if you can see it. It was that one right there.
Oh, right.
Yeah. It's just a work light. Yeah, you just kind of like wave your hand in front of it, so it looks like it's still flickering.
That's amazing special effects.
In camera special effects.
Yeah. Now I've got one more video I wanted to show you before we wrap up.
Yep.
This comes not from my YouTube browsing, but from my Instagram browsing. And the Instagram discovery page is probably next to the Karens on Facebook. It's probably the Wild West of the internet. And where I just get recommended garbage that I have no idea where it comes from. I get recommended these videos of these Turkish chefs who make massive meals that are just unfit for consumption. I get videos recommended of these Pakistani dudes digging underwater pools by themselves. And I got these videos. I don't know if you've seen them, but people fixing things with sunflower seeds. Have you seen?
I've seen the ramen noodles.
Okay, yes. It's a similar. It's a similar thing.
It's a similar thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to get your take on this because I don't get okay, here we go. I don't get the point of it.
Money.
So you put money in a door, and then a spatula, and then sunflower seeds. Actually, I'm going to bring this music down just in case it's copyrighted.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Okay. Now, what was that? Where you put a coin in, and then he draws the wooden pattern on the thing. I don't get the. Is there a point to this?
The thing with the money.
Yeah.
Putting in, I think it's just like you don't need to do that. They're doing it because it's like different or quirky or something like that.
Right.
Also, that hole in the door right there looks intentional.
Definitely.
Look at that. They've got like a circular drill and just kind of drilled down. You can see you can see the patterns in it. There's an outline. There's an outline drawn on the door as well.
And they've literally measured it up to the size of the spatula as well.
So I'm skeptical. I think they filmed the door in good nick. Go look at what I've done. And then they drill a hole. They show this fake process, and then the final one is before they drilled it.
Because there's a cut. There's a cut, isn't there? So he puts the money in, puts the spatula.
There's heaps of cuts.
There was a cut there, yeah. Right. He's like sanding it, and that cut there. That's where it happens.
Yeah.
That's where. But there's a crazy one. See, we can explain that one, but here's one that you can't explain. This one.
This one here.
With the jalapeno and the eggplant.
Yeah.
He puts a coin in the jalapeno, puts the sunflower seeds in, glues it.
Again, quirky. No, there's no point in doing that. Because then he puts it in that, right? Yeah.
Puts it in the eggplant. He puts the jalapeno in the eggplant, paints it. So yeah, that's true. And then he puts the eggplant in the door.
In the door with intentionally drilled holes again. Yeah.
Why would anyone need this this handyman trick? No one would need.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Unless you want to store an eggplant in your door that also has a jalapeno in it and a coin inside that. Save it for.
Look, that shot there with the finished thing after the eggplant.
Yeah.
There's no way that's painted. You can still see the like comparing it to above that like line in the door thing or the drawer, whatever it is. You can see the texture of the wood. There's no way that they remade that texture in the wood. That's definitely before they drilled the holes in it.
Now, you know what I was just thinking then?
What's that?
I would love to see you debunk this video on a Scoop Science. What was it? Your Mythbusters?
Myth or real?
Yeah, myth or real.
Yeah.
I'd like to see you try and put an eggplant in a door and make it look realistic and see how it doesn't work.
I got to figure out what they're using.
Right.
They have it's some kind of like glue or something that like expands, I think. That's only speculation. I really don't know what they're using, but
well, if it's fake, they could just put anything in there and then cut. Right?
Yeah, they could. But I mean, like during some of the cuts, when we went and did the sunflower seeds, he put the weird glue stuff in, and then like the next cut, the sunflower seeds were quite like rigid and like really strong, like really held together quite well.
Right.
And then he was like sanding them.
So he puts the eggplant in the door, pours them in.
That glue stuff there, you know.
Yeah, because
even the next cut, it might be.
So, and he's like sanding it down so it's flat.
Yeah. Oh, that's an obvious no. Like, I don't think that was the next stage after that. I think that was just faked.
From there to there in one.
Yeah.
Damn. I think the postman just came to my door.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm in the middle of this. I'm not going to pause for this. He can probably hear me because it's right outside there.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to sound really rude from his end, but I'm not going to interrupt this podcast for that. Yeah. Anyway, well, let's just wrap it up now because I'm kind of done. Are you done?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, it's been 40 minutes.
Oh yeah, it's probably going to end in a second anyway because I don't have the full subscription to Zoom.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
My dad does. My dad has it. He was going to give me his password so he could do that.
Oh.
But 40 minutes is fine. You don't need longer than that. Seriously.
Yeah, not really.
No. Yeah. Any more than that, and you just love the sound of your voice.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But thanks for coming on the podcast with me, Jackson. And
that's all right. This is great.
Yeah, man. We'll do it again sometime.
Yeah, I'd love to. That'd be awesome.
Cool, man. And I'll see you Friday. Oh, it's Friday right now. I'll see you tonight.
It's Friday too. See you tonight. Tonight.
Oh, flip! I gotta do so much. I gotta do so much for tonight. Oh my!
I don't actually have anyone rostered for sound or computer.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta ask some people to do stuff. Oops. I'll be more on it next time.
Yeah. We'll be on. So, Scoop Science on YouTube. That's where people can find you.
Yep.
So go subscribe to Scoop Science.
Yes.
At all the weird, wonderful, wacky stuff he's doing on that channel. Thanks for joining us, Jackson Golash, Scoop Science. Cool. We'll see you around.
Me.
Cool, man. All right, bye guys.
If you like this video, check out some of our merch designed by Meg and myself. Tons of cute stuff there, partly tongue-in-cheek and also God glorifying. Head over to tiny.cc/hambo.